Winback Farm, Delaware's #1 breeder, is home to outstanding stallions, including EL Platinum, who is a proven sire, multiple DSBF final winners. Also new in 2025 is Thunderously, a half-brother to O'Brien Award winner Resolve. Also standing is world champion He's Watching, winner of the Meadowlands Pace in 146-4. Nutcracker Sweet, half-brother to the award-winning Sweet Blue, and full brother to twice-millionaire Bittersweet, and Top Flight Angel, who has multiple stakes wins, including the prestigious Yonkers Trot. Also standing, Classic Card Shark and Sports Column. For more information, visit winbackfarm.com.
Standardbred horse sales smashed records in 2024.
$1 million, thank you. $1 million, Camel, thank you. $850,000, thank you.
Make your plans for 2025, offering 3 days of the sport's top yearlings and the #1 mixed sale in the industry. Don't miss the Sale of Champions, November 3rd through 7th. Another spectacular year awaits. See you in Harrisburg.
Today I have the pleasure of speaking with both my father and husband from Altmeyer Wilder Racing. Dad, this year you have another wonderful crop of 2- and 3-year-olds that you're getting ready to send north in just over a month.
Yes, we have 26 horses here this year. They're 10 3-year-olds and 16 babies, and so far so good.
The largest group of horses that we've had in Florida for quite some time. Tell me a little bit about the different jurisdictions that you have brought this year.
Well, this year we have a couple Indiana breds. Normally we don't have many of those. And we have Ohio breds, and we have a lot of Pennsylvania breds.
Also Pennsylvania dual with Kentucky, but some Florida breds as well. You've had success in that program before.
Yeah, we have, and we bought 2 yearlings that are Florida eligible, and we're definitely going to be racing in those, I would think.
Great. Let's start talking about some of the purchases that you have this year, starting out with the 2-year-old filly pacers, Oakwood Maywyn, a $60,000 purchase from Diamond Creek.
Yeah, nice filly. She does everything right, got a powerful gait on her, and seems good.
Mike has walked the fields with the mare, Carmel Camden. Mike, tell me a little bit about the mare and what made you interested in purchasing her.
Yeah, I did walk the field with the mare when I went to Ireland in 2017. Great looking mare. Not only that, the success she had overseas would make you want to have one of her foals.
Moving on to the 2-year-old filly pacer, Secrets of Tell, a Tell It Like It Is from Victory Hill Farm.
She's an awful nice filly, great attitude, and goes forward terrific. She's very, very nice.
The 2-year-old filly trotter, Aviana Hanover, you know a little bit about, training the 3-year-old currently as well, Abraham Hanover. First crop of Captain Corey, a $20,000 yearling purchase from Hanover.
Yeah, she's a nice filly also. She is Abraham Hanover's sister. Half-sister because Captain Corey, and she's got a terrific attitude, good gait, and very nice.
What have you heard about the Captain Corey so far from other trainers here?
We have 2 of them, and we like them both, and I've talked to other people about them, and everybody seems to be positive on the way they're training.
Here at the ranch, there are several trainers, Hall of Fame trainers, great guys. What kind of camaraderie do you both have with these individuals, and how often do you see yourselves comparing and also getting advice regarding different things that happen?
I'll tell you, I love the guys that train here. There's a lot of top-notch guys, and I'm always watching them, see what they're doing and how they're doing it, and there are really a lot of classy people here.
Mike, when you're out there seeing, what trainers and what babies are you looking at right now where you say those are some nice individuals?
George Descharme, he's got a really good group. I'm kind of biased on the trotters, and Chuck Sylvester, obviously a Hall of Famer. He's got some really nice trotters as well. And I like to keep caught up with them guys, talk to them, not so much about time, but how much they like the new crop, you know.
When you're out there on the track and I see you talking to Dad, are you talking horses, training, baseball? What are you talking about?
Well, if I'm talking with your dad, it's usually about horses, obviously, but I can tell you that I know your dad doesn't like when people are talking and not paying attention to the individual that's in front of you. Not that we're not allowed to talk on the track, but it's a serious time when you're out there with these athletes to pay attention. And not to say you can't talk to Chuck, good morning, what'd you do yesterday? But 9 times out of 10, you kind of just want to focus on the athlete for that time you have them on the racetrack, and that's probably where it's at, because I know that's something I learned from him, and I think that's really valuable. Pay attention to your athlete, and you can talk when you get off the track.
You take this very serious.
Oh yeah, I do for sure. I've always been the kind of guy that when I'm out there, I'm watching my horse. I'm not looking around for somebody to talk to. If somebody comes up and talks to me, I definitely will talk to them for a short time, but I'm not jogging 4 miles a day and talking to the same person without looking at my horse. I like looking forward at my horse, and I like to see my people that are out there keeping an eye on the horse too.
2-year-old filly pacer, Skyline Salty Girl, a Greenshoe, a $42,000 yearling purchase from Hanover.
Yeah, she's a really nice Greenshoe. She's got a great attitude, very nice to train.
We know a little bit about the family. Her full sister was at the Meadows this year. Another trainer had her, and this filly checked out great. Her sister trotted very nice last year, looked good. This individual looked good. And not only that, she's training down fantastic and looking for a very exciting year with her as well.
Miss Amigas, Father Patrick, $32,000 yearling from Sargent Stables, consigned by Northwood.
Yes, I love the filly. So far, so good. The Father Patricks can sometimes be pretty spicy, but that's in my opinion. But anyhow, so far, so good. She's keeping her mind on what she's supposed to do, but I just love the filly.
When you say spicy, what are the things that you do to deal with things that you may have to calm and keep them in line? What are the things that you're doing to make sure that they get to the races and can deal with those little feisty fillies?
I always concentrate on getting them out at a certain time when things are quiet, no matter if that's real early or real late in the morning. I know there's a lot of excitement when it comes race time, but leading up to that, I like to keep everything calm and cool, and it's been working terrific with her.
You've said a lot of times the keys to training filly is keeping them happy, making sure that they love what they're doing. What does that entail from your aspect?
Hey, you just can't push them when they don't want pushed, and you just got to baby them along and give them time, and they'll keep a good attitude usually.
When you're saying give them time, do you often take little breaks, weeks off or things like that, where they may, you're going a certain speed and you're not afraid to slow it up or go back to the basics?
A lot of times, if you're training one and one's acting a little bit funny, like it's getting a little sour or something, a week or two off, we do that. A lot of them you don't have to do that to, but there are certain ones that you do.
Equipment changes for horses like that at this stage. What are you looking towards, and what are the things that you have to do?
Just learning from Dan, we don't like to do a whole heck of a lot of equipment changes. Don't try to fix something that's not broken. We don't get too exotic about it unless they need to be. And pretty much the basics, unless there needs to be a change. But repetition, just keeping them in the same rhythm, same program, and they usually come right along nicely.
When you're saying the equipment staying basic, what is the basic equipment that you start with on all of them, pacers and trotters?
We don't like a real sloppy hobble on our pacers. Even if it's a pretty big horse, you want to get them to where they're staying on their gait, confident in what you're asking of them. And, usually the basic bits, regular snaffle, regular overcheck. Overcheck can be changed as well as the driving bit, depending on how the horse's mouth is, how they're acting with their head, and so forth.
shoeing. You start out here, you have shoes on them right as soon as you start with them. How does that change? What are you using here, and then how are you preparing to change to go back to the limestone surface?
Well, here when we're breaking babies, and I'm old school, so we start out with heavy shoe, 5/8 half round usually in front and flats behind. And as we go on and they get a little closer to race time, we usually take some weight off if they can stand it. If they can't, we leave the 5/8 on. But and then when we go north to the limestone track, we add swedges or half swedges behind so they can grab the track a little bit, and even put some borium on the toes of the half rounds if they need it.
You've been blessed with having the same blacksmith for almost your entire career. You have moved through to now his son is our blacksmith. That has to be valuable.
Yeah, it is. The Foleys, they've been my blacksmith for 40 years now. So I had the father, now I've got the son, and it couldn't be better. They know me, I know them.
Perfect. What an advantage. Let's talk about the 2-year-old colt Skyline Valentino, a Father Patrick $54,000 yearling purchase from Preferred, owned by or consigned by Alaraj Farm.
Yeah, big, strong, great looking horse, has a beautiful stride to him, and a great attitude. He goes forward all the time. Probably, this time of year, one of my favorites.
Devil's Mark, a 2-year-old colt pacer, tall dark stranger, 13,000, Winback Farm.
Yes, never had a tall dark stranger. First one for us. Training terrific, attitude's good. So far so good. Not much more to say about him. Like I said, just it's a new breed for us. I know it's not to the sport, but he's only been going for a couple years, but I certainly like him.
You've had a long relationship with Winback Farms, not only with racehorses, but with babies. It has to be nice to have consistent clients that come back every year.
Yeah, they're awesome. It's like zero pressure with them. They understand the business. We're lucky enough to, get the good bred horses. They give us a shot to make champions, and, anything. I take anything from Winback. They've been terrific to us.
Moving on to 2-year-old colt pacer Skyline Brewmaster, a Papi Rob, $100,000 purchase from Vauquerie.
Well, yeah, he's a Papi Rob, and everybody wants those. This is the first one we've had, and so far so good. We gave $100,000 for him, and it looks like he's well worth it.
Speaking about partners that have been in the barn for years, you as well have had several partners who have been there throughout your entire career. It has to be great to know when you go to a yearling sale that you have that kind of backing on the choices that you make.
Yeah, it works out pretty good for me. I've been doing this a long time and have had some success, so the guys have stuck with me for years and years and years. They all know me, and I buy horses, and usually I don't really know who's going to be the partners on them, but before the day's over, somebody's texted me or called me and wants a piece of this and a piece of that, and I keep a piece of everything, so that's worked out good for me.
When you're going to different consignments, what is something that you like to see? What brings you back to the same consignment, or what are the things that you value when you're yearling shopping?
Well, success brings me back to the same consignment. If I've had success somewhere, I'm going back. And there are, some consignments I really put a lot of weight into what the people that run them have to say, and other consignments quite a bit less than that. So, success. If I'm doing good, I'm going back.
2024 saw you celebrating your 1,000th career victory. Of course, stats were not kept back past 91, so that number is higher, as well as being a special honoree for the Pennsylvania Green Hall of Fame. What has this past year meant for your career to have these two acknowledgments?
Well, 1,000 wins was great, but at my age, they didn't start keeping track of them for years, so I actually had 1,000 many years ago. But as far as the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame induction this year, I'm honored and humbled to do that. It's nice to get a little recognition for your 50 years of hard work, and I'm looking forward to that.
You have competed in almost every major stake race in harness racing. What were the major highlights? If you had to look back on the top three, what were the top three of your career lifetime?
Well, probably, it's hard to pick three, but, we had a filly come unwound. She finished second in the Breeders' Crown final a few years back, and that was a big deal to me, to have one compete like that at the top level. And, I had Camdeb for years, and 2 and 3, and he won a lot of big races, and you can't really separate them. Those were all big moments for me. And then, of course, a few years back, we had a trotting colt, Meadow Gallant, who competed with top level, and I sold him overseas at 3, and he was a terrific horse. I've had a lot of terrific horses that it's just hard to pick one over the other.
Did you know right from the beginning that they had something special, or did some of them just come along?
No, about 90% of them you can tell real quick if they're going to be an upper echelon, and you can tell real quick if they're not. So you know which ones are aiming in the right direction anyhow, pretty early.
Speaking of achievements this year, you just recently hit 9,000 wins. That had to be a special moment in your career.
Yeah, it was terrific. It's a lot of hard work, but I had a lot of help along the way. That definitely has to go along with it. A lot of horsepower, a lot of great guys I drove for, top trainers, and you got to have a good horse. But still, I got to do my job to get to the winner's circle as well. But a lot of great trainers and owners and the caretakers that take care of the horses that make my job easy. So, but I'm very happy with 9,000.
Speaking of something that is unusual, is the fact of how closely that you both work together to make this stable a success. You are able to add guidance from years of experience, and you are able to have the talent to drive these horses on a consistent basis. How much do you think that plays into the success for ourselves and our partners when we compete?
I think it's a great combination. Danny's just a wealth of knowledge in the sport, and I'm learning from him on the training side. I've driven for a long time, but for me to get to sit behind these horses every day, and then we go into whether it's an overnighter or a stake race, I can kind of tell when things are going to go right or they're going to go wrong with how the horse is acting, and I think that's a huge benefit, having this team that we have.
With being in the sport as long as you have, what are the things that you remember that you were told? I know that you had a lot of guidance from Delvin Miller and guys like that. What are the things that still come back to you and you use still to this day?
Well, the main one I can remember when I was getting started, Delvin Miller really took a liking to me and helped me. And his first words of advice to me were, talk a little and listen a lot. And I tell everybody that goes a long ways if you follow that.
Staking's coming up right now. How do you determine where you're going to put the horses with the limited information that you know at this time?
Well, we, staking-wise, we pretty well evaluate them up till this point, and like to keep every horse eligible to a few nice races and maybe a lot of smaller races. Luckily, our stake program in Pennsylvania is very good, and that covers a lot of the season.
A lot of people that I talk to mention the transition from here in Florida, the surface that you're training on here, to the tracks that they travel to. What kind of either shoeing, equipment, what things do you have in your mind that you have to head off before you get there?
Well, naturally, you do have to adjust the shoeing so they can get a hold of the surface on the limestone over this clay. The clay is so good here and so fast. I've also seen over the years that we don't go quite as fast as I used to with them here in the wintertime. for two reasons. Number one, I maybe had a lot more horses back years that I went faster and took chances. Now I don't take chances. We may ship them out of here a couple weeks early when they hit a certain point and finish them off up there on the limestone, which is important because it takes usually a couple weeks to adjust.
When you're saying a couple weeks, once they get off the trailer, what does that training routine look like?
Well, usually the first couple weeks we're there, all we do is jog them and maybe go really slow miles. We don't go a mile as fast as we were in Florida for a long time. We give them quite a while.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today.
No problem. I speak to you a lot every day.
And I love it. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, thank you, Heather. Love you.